Emily Hayes suddenly froze. Something was moving inside her clothes. She stood completely still, afraid that even breathing might make things worse. On this deserted island, they had already learned that danger could come from anywhere. Ethan Carter rushed to her side and carefully stopped her from reacting. If it was poisonous, panic could make it attack. With slow, steady hands, Ethan reached inside. A 10-second passed. Then he pulled out a long water snake. Emily gasped in relief, but that moment made one thing clear: this island wasn't just remote. It was full of hidden threats, and survival would not be easy. Just a day earlier, Emily, a travel photographer, had been flying across the Pacific with Ethan, an experienced pilot. Their routine flight turned into disaster when a sudden malfunction caused their plane to crash onto an uncharted island. The wreckage left them alive, but completely stranded. No communication, no rescue signal, no idea if anyone even knew where they were. At first, they struggled with the basics, finding fresh water, building shelter, and searching for food. Hunger quickly pushed them beyond their comfort zones. With no other options, they were forced to hunt and cook whatever they could find, even a wild peacock. For a short time, they believed they could endure long enough to be rescued. Then hope appeared. One morning, Emily spotted a private jet flying high overhead. Certain this was their chance, she grabbed the only flare gun they had recovered from the crash and prepared to fire. But Ethan, still groggy, accidentally knocked into her. The flare misfired into the forest. Their only signal was gone. The crushing realization nearly broke their spirits, but giving up meant death. Determined to keep trying, they climbed to the island's highest point and saw a cruise ship moving in the distance. Rescue felt closer than ever. They rushed toward the shoreline, desperate to get attention, but when they got there, they discovered something terrifying. The ship wasn't a rescue vessel, it was being attacked by pirates. Gunfire echoed across the water, forcing Emily and Ethan to flee back into the jungle. While searching for safety, they stumbled upon something incredible: the wreckage of a World War II fighter plane, hidden beneath vines and rust. To anyone else, it looked useless. To Ethan, it was their way out. Using bamboo, rope, and salvaged materials, they worked tirelessly to rebuild the aircraft. It was dangerous, exhausting, and uncertain, but it gave them hope. Day by day, they managed to repair it enough to attempt an escape across the water. Just as they were ready, the pirates found them again. Explosions tore across the beach. One blast struck Ethan, leaving him badly injured. With enemies closing in, Emily dragged him into the cockpit. There was no time left to hesitate. Ethan forced himself into the pilot's seat and started the engine. It struggled, coughed, then finally roared to life. As bombs exploded behind them, the damaged plane sped across the water, shaking violently. It looked like it might fall apart at any second. Then, against all odds, it lifted into the air. After 6 days and 7 nights of survival, fear, and determination, Emily and Ethan escaped the island, proving that even in the most impossible situations, the will to survive can carry you farther than you ever imagined.